What's up, guys? It's Conere again. We're here with another starter deck opening, this time ST23, the Shanks deck. So let's get into this. Check it out. We got the bottom opening tech. Boom. Save this pack for later. All right. I'm gonna get this first try. See that? Easy. All right. Save that. All right. If you guys don't already know, this Shanks leader looks super sick. But if you don't already know what Shanks does, once per turn, this effect can be activated when your opponent attacks. Give up to one of your opponent's leader or character cards minus 1,000 power. So this is just really strong. It adds to the tankiness of Shanks. Lets you survive a lot more than other characters. You don't have to give up as many cards. And then that coupled with a lot of the red cards, red removal, rush, everything. It's just a really strong leader that can be combined with a lot of good red cards to be super effective. So that's the new Shanks leader, and this artwork is crazy. It's so crazy that they held out for this, for all the starter decks for this. Super cool. Okay, I haven't seen any of these cards yet, but we're going to go through it. So for the super rares, right off the top, we have a new Uta. This is really cool. The Uta art, it looks awesome. There's like notes flying around. All right, first thing I see is that it's a 2K, which is crazy. 6/4 blocker. But the catch is here, if you have a character with 10K power or more, give this card -4 cost in your hand. So if you have this in your hand and then you have like a big body Shanks on the field or any other 10K plus body, this is only 2 cost to play from your hand. It's a blocker, it's a 2K, it's got everything. So this is actually really crazy and leans really well into kind of the flavor of like, you know, being canon and stuff paired with Shanks. So that's really cool. Really strong, definitely would run 4 of those. This Shanks is crazy. This one's got hockey flying everywhere. All right, this is the new super rare 9/10 Shanks. If your opponent has a character with 8K base power or more, give this card -3 cost in your hand. So this is essentially if they have, you know, if they played something on their 8 on turn, they play an 8 cost that's at least 8K, then this thing is only a 6, so it's 6/10. So you can bring this out and still have Dawn left over to swing big or whatever. So this is really crazy. And the on play, if your leader has red hair pirates, aka Shanks, or is Uta, then your leader gets 2,000 power until the end of your opponent's next turn. So this is basically a 9-beard. Buffs your leader up, lets you be more tanky. In addition, combine that with the leader effect, you're staying alive. So it's really, really strong. And then if you have this out, then the next turn you can play Uta out for only 2. That's crazy. So this is crazy. All right, some of the new cards they put in here. We've got 2 copies of this new Ben Beckman. This Ben Beckman is a 4/5 with 1K counter. On play, you can trash a card from your hand. And if your leader is Red Hair Pirates, you can KO one of your opponent's characters with 4K base power or less. So, you know, if you play this on curve on 4 Dawn, most likely they have a small body you can pop with this, so you can toss a card to pop a body. Or later on, if they have some blockers up, this is definitely something that can help you clear the board to go for game and stuff. So this is really cool. Good mid-range body, in my opinion. Cool. Drop-in cards. Another new body here is a new Luffy 1 cost. 1 cost, 2K power, 1K counter. Activate main, you can rest 1 Dawn and this character to give something -1K power for the turn. Helps you get over some bodies. I could see the application here. It's maybe not my favorite card in this deck, but it's definitely something that you could consider using to help get over some of the early game bodies, or even make that last push for game to get over something, or whatever you need. So that's kind of cool. We've got a new Yasop. This is pretty cool artwork. This is a 1/1 with 1K counter. Activate main, give a rested Dawn to your leader or character. So this is just like the starter deck Nami from ST01, but for red hair. So this can really be used and combined with some other cards like the Yasop from Red Hair Pirates that needs a Dawn attached, or just getting your leader to be swinging 6K every turn, that's always good too. So this, I think, is like you spend it one time on one turn, and then you have an extra Dawn every turn. That's super good. They've got Howling Gab, which is actually a reprint from OP9, Vanilla 5/7. Not much more to say there, just a strong mid-range body. Good stat line. We've got Bonk Punch. This is a 4/5, 1K counter. On play, you can play a monster from your hand, which is another card, named Monster. So you can play out 2 bodies with one. Then if you have a Dawn attached, when attacking, this character gets 2,000 power, so that works really well with the Yasop. You play this, use the Yasop effect to attach a Rested to it, and now when you're swinging with it, you get 2,000 power, so it's really a 4/8. 8, yeah. So swing 4/8, really strong. We've got Hongo 2K, solid 2K body. A 2K body that if you play it, you can activate main, rest, and reduce something by 2K power. So this helps you get over a lot of bodies that maybe you need that extension, or you can reuse it the next turn to also clear another body, and they have to get rid of it. So it's also kind of like a pseudo blocker because you're tapping it, and now they have to swing at it to get rid of it, or they risk having their bodies go down by another 2K for the next turn. So that's really strong, and it's a 2K counter. So if you need to, you can throw it to save yourself, which is really strong. Here's that monster card that was referred to earlier. It's a 3/4 body. If your character Bonk Punch would be KO'd, you can trash this instead. So basically, you play out Bonk Punch, which plays out a monster. If they were to knock out the Bonk Punch, then you can just throw the monster in the trash and keep your 4/5 body. So nice little combo there. Just something that is a cool little combo. Here we have probably one of my favorite 5 drops in the red hair lineup, which is Yasop. Again, this one works surprisingly well with the other Yasop. On play, it gives your leader 1K power until your opponent's next turn, till the end of your opponent's next turn. So you get buffer, you get a 6K body leader. And then when you have a Dawn attached and you swing, you can reduce another character by 1K power. So if they have a 6K body tapped on the board, you can attach one. Now you're 7, swing 7 at it, use its effect -1. So now you're swinging 7 to a 5. So this helps combined with some of the other removal effects that you could combine in the Shanks deck to get rid of bodies easier. This is really great. Helps you stay buffer. So it's really good. This is another amazing 2K that is in the red hair lineup. They give you 4 lime juice. It's a 2K 3/3. If you need to play it, which sometimes it comes up, you play it on play. Your opponent can't activate one of their blockers with 4K power or less. So that you can already see the combination. If something gets reduced down to 4K, you can play this, and now they can't activate that blocker. You can start swinging for game and pressure them that way. Otherwise, it's a 2K in hand, which nobody can really complain about. Not lastly, there's one more, but we've got a reprint of Lucky Roo, arguably the best 4-cost blocker in the game. It's a blocker, 4/5, and on KO, you KO a 6K base power or less character on your opponent's side of the board. So imagine you're playing against Lucci, and they play a Rob Lucci to pop this. Well, you get to get rid of the Lucci. Or they swing with a rush unit, you get to pop that rush unit. So it's just like 1-for-1 trades, and you save your life. And it's a 5K body, so if you need to swing with it, they might want to swing. They might want to get rid of it. And if they get rid of it, you get to get rid of something else. So probably the best 4-cost blocker in my opinion. We've got Rockstar. This is a 4/6 vanilla body. Not much more to say there. I love vanillas. So just a really strong body. Now, lastly, we have a 1-cost search event, just like all the other starter decks. Look at the top 5 out of Red Hair Pirates to your hand, and yeah, trigger draw 1. So this deck is very solid. You've got a lot of all-around good cards, and up next, we'll be combining 2 of these decks to make one good Shanks deck, in my opinion. All right, guys, we're back with 2 Shanks decks. Now we're making a deck list. So let's check out what I would put in here to make a good Shanks list with the 2 starters. First off, we have to run 4 of these Utas. They're 2Ks. Worst case scenario, you use it to throw from your hand. Best case scenario, you're playing it out for 2 cost. I mean, that is crazy. Nice blocker. If you have a big body Shanks on the board, it's 2 costs. So you got a 2 cost blocker, but it's actually 6 on the board. So if you're playing against a removal deck, they have to do things to try to get rid of a 6 cost instead of a 2 cost, even though you only paid 2. So it's really, really strong in that way. Then I would definitely be running 4 of these big Shanks. These Shanks are crazy. If you have your opponent with big bodies on the board, this thing is cheaper. So then you have an extra 4 Dawn to play with your turn. You can play another blocker. You can play a Uta. You can play whatever. You got an extra 4 Dawn. You can do whatever you want. So this is really, really strong. Keeps your leader at 7K. That combined with the leader effect, you're 8K for one swing, 7K for the rest. So that's crazy. Up next, I'm a big fan of vanillas, so I would definitely be running 4 of these 5/7 vanillas. It's searchable, strong body to play on 5 Dawn. Not much more to say there, it's just super strong. Also, as part of the 5 cost bodies, I would definitely be running 4 of these Yasops. It follows the trend of this Shanks as well. When you play it, your leader gets buffed by 1K through your opponent's turn, so it adds to that survivability. It also helps you clear bodies by reducing when a Dawn is attached. This is one of the better cards of the Shanks Red Hair Pirates lineup for sure. And as I mentioned before, definitely 4 of these Lucky Roo, best blocker in the game in my opinion. So that's there. We'd be running 4 of these Beckmans. This helps get rid of low cost blockers so that you can constantly swing at their face and go after their life. Helps you get rid of that if you need to. I'd be running 2 of these Bonk Punches. I wouldn't be running the monster that goes with it. In my opinion, the combo's kind of hard to get off, but the 4/5 unit itself is okay because when you attach a Dawn, you get 2K power. So you're swinging 4/8, which is crazy. So I think this is really good. Strong body. If they don't get rid of it, a 4/8 is coming at them. So I think it's really strong. Also, 4 of the 4/6 vanillas. Again, same line thinking as a 5/7, just more strong mid-range bodies that your opponent has to get rid of, or they're taking off 6K every turn. More 2Ks to add to the list. We've got Lime Juice, which gets through a blocker if you got to play it. And then Hongo, which helps you get over big bodies that are on the board if you need to, or just another 2K. I'd also definitely be running 4 of these Yasops. Once per turn, you can attach a Rested Dawn. So that works really well with your Yasop, with your Bonk Punch, and just if you need it, you can attach to other bodies for a bigger swing. So just helps with that Dawn efficiency. I'd run 4 of these Luffy's from the deck. Kind of the same thinking as a Hongo, cheaper. It costs 1 Dawn. Every turn you can just -1 something. Similar to the stage, but you know it's just another body with counter. So that's just okay for the bottom. And then 4 Searcher events because we want to be able to find pretty much anything at any time. So the Searcher events, I think, would complement the deck list very well and being able to find, any piece that you need when you need it. So really good, and a trigger, draw 1, so not much more to say there. If I were to add other cards to make this deck list more competitive, I'd definitely be putting in the 7 cost Beckman. That helps you get rid of bodies. It trashes a 6K body or less, lets you get around KO effects like the Lucky Roo or other 6K bodies that, on 7 Dawn, they likely played a 6K body on their 6 Dawn or less turn. Helps you get around that. It's a 1K counter, really strong. You can also use the other top-end Shanks, like the 10 Pop Shanks, which KOs a 10K or less body, or even the Rush Shanks that has a -1K to all your opponent's characters. That's also really strong, so I'd consider running that in conjunction with this Shanks if you wanted to do that. And if you're able to, definitely the Rayleighs. That really aligns well with what the deck tries to do, which is like reducing power, getting over bodies by doing that, popping them if you need to. So that is a great addition if you want to make this deck even more competitive than it already is. So I think that if you want to see a full-blown Shanks deck list, comment below, let us know. We'll get that up for you. And so this is the new Shanks starter list. And I think we'll go right into opening the packs that came with these 2 that we opened. So here they are. Let's check them out. Please, manga. All right, we got some rares. Nothing crazy. It's because it's in this pack. This is the manga for sure. Okay, not for sure, but... Oof. All right, we got some more rares, but that's okay because this deck is super value with the packs and the cards. So, you know, it's fine. It's okay. You know, they can't all be hits. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, follow us. We'll be posting more videos like this in the future. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of our content. And we'll see you guys in the next one.